Well, hello everybody. I think I will give a demonstration on how to draw or engrave a series of leaves that I use, or similar that I use in my scrolls. And so I'm doing this video just to with a pen, just to give you some idea. So I mentioned a few times before that I do most of my work with just this crescent type. See this here? So that is the basis of most of my work. It's that curve, everything is curved. Why do we like curves? I mean, you look at a beautiful woman with a beautiful curves, you look at race horses and you look at that beautiful muscular work on them, and it's this, just these beautiful curves. Now, as you see, I'm just making this here. That was very similar to this stroke here. It's the number 6. So if you say I can't draw and you do your numbers, which you were taught at school, you can do all this. It's just a combination of different marks. See? So now I will do this one over the top. Here we go. I'm sorry about this. That's the same curve as that, you see. So we re-enter one here, like that. 1, 2, 3. You can do another one under here, like so. And you see how you've got this. You can connect it just a little bit here or curve it round. That's number 1. I will do one similar, so I'll do the top first. This pen doesn't seem to be working very well, but there you are. I'll do the first cut, then I will do this second one, like so. Do the little cut underneath. Then I will do my S shape, like this, you see. And then I could do another one like that. It's another shape leaf. It's a shape, maybe a little elongated. It doesn't matter. This is what you're going to do to vary your leaves. But if you notice with this, and because I'm using a biro pen, which isn't like an ordinary ink pen with a nib that spreads, or a paintbrush where you can vary the intensity of the stroke, it can spread and it can go from thin to thick. Now this is mono. This is very similar to the engraving machine that you may have, and you trace your scroll and you just put the engraver in and you just trace around and around. So you've got a mono line. It has no modeling, shall we say, light and shade. I used to see students or people coming from another school, maybe, with their engraving, and they hadn't been taught this type of thing. They think, well, you put the engraver in, you make a cut, and that's the final stroke. It's not necessarily that. You need light and shade. It's like in all art, if you want a bright picture, you must have shadow. Chiaroscuro. So here we go again. So it's the depth of the cut that you will make. You will vary it from thin to thick. You will make this one a little bit darker here. You would put more intensity in your cut. Then you will make it fine there, and then you click in there, so you will be making the comma. You know the comma that you get in your writing? It's very similar, like a teardrop. It's exaggerated it, but that's what you want. So you've got that, instead of the 6 like that, which is just a line going around. It's like a little bit of thread, but it hasn't got the knot on the end. You put a knot on the end and it starts to change its character. So that's what we want. So now we go underneath again. So this would have been your cut under here. And you see now how it's changed that mono line to something that's got some depth. It's a shadow. The light is coming from the top here, like so. And this, because it is a solid, a leaf of some sort, is thin, but it has an edge, and if it's tilted in certain directions, it will cast a shadow. And so this is the shadow you need. All right, and you will do it here. So it gives this little bits of these nuances. It gives the character to what you want in engraving. You will see, I will see, people engraving a scroll, and they will put a large leaf in like so. Well, that becomes a boring leaf. It couldn't be. You could change this from being boring. It's a living plant, remember. It's a cabbage leaf. It's just a big cabbage leaf. It doesn't make any sense, a bit of lettuce or so like that. It hasn't got the character at the moment. Now, an artist will fold this, or nature will fold it. It will shrivel. It will do various things in its lifetime. So, now, you put this leaf, and it's got a fold. It's very similar to cloth or anything like that, has a fold. So you put another one in here like this, you see, like so, and you bring it around here, and then you go along the edge like this, you see. So within that area, which was a big, large area that you don't know how to fill, and you put a lot of just lines in there, it becomes boring. So that then creates its own shape. Oh, there we go. Going a bit. So now, here, because it's just a continuous line, if it's fine, you can click a little cut in here, and then turn that into another shape like that, you see. The same here. You can bring this in a little bit more like this, and then you can do all these things. And it changes the shape. Okay? I know these look rather crude under here, because as I mentioned before a few times, I'm not really putting the quality in. So now if this pen works correctly, I can just draw quickly, and I will draw this here fast like so. I've been having trouble with some of these videos. They go off and halfway through, can't always get them. They only limit you for a certain time on certain things. So I can do this again, and I will do another one underneath like so. Okay? So we have all the varieties or shapes of leaves. We can do all this type of thing, you see. It can change itself. It can go back on itself, but it's all curves, right? So if I'm doing a curve and it goes thin there, but it's got no strength, so I will put another little bit in here, you see? And so now this can carry on and do something like that. We can shade underneath or cut underneath a little bit darker. Right, so we'll do this. So that's how we're working this now. And then when you come to do the shading, you say, how do I shade this? You maybe start a little bit like so, like that on this area here to give it that effect. It's according to the size you're doing. This is rather large, you see. I'm drawing this large. But when it's small, you do that. So now you bring this around, because a leaf sometimes has a center stem that runs through the leaf like that. So now you've got that, and you can either go both, but you follow this around, and you bring it around here, and that's how you start to model. You don't overdo it. Sometimes you don't put too much in. You can put a little bit in, so like that. Under the microscope, you can overdo a thing because it looks good under there. No, I wish I'd had one. I've never used one. Never had the opportunity to use one. And I wonder how. So now you can do this type of thing, you see. So I'll leave you with this short video, and we'll come back on some others. I will just put this through here. You see, you will follow the lines through here. Okay. That was just a